Okay, so Tony Hawk is one of the most addictive games of 2020, and I can prove it. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, but Chaos, what about that one mobile game that came out this year? That was pretty addictive and fun, right? Right? Can a mobile game actually make you feel tired in your fingers, in your hands? Don't get me wrong. I know that there's the usual eye strain that most gamers have with mobile games these days. But can a mobile game make you feel strain in your fingertips? I have a callus in my thumb as well as my index finger and a little bit on my other thumb, just a little bit. You know why? Because Tony Hawk requires you to do so many button inputs, so many movements, so much constant thought that I haven't had to push a button that much in such a long time. It's crazy. I've been playing fighting games a little bit more over the casual year, and with fighting games having the complicated inputs that they do, there is not a single fighting game that made me feel the pain in my fucking thumb the way that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is. Now I know what you're thinking. Just because your hands hurt doesn't mean that the game is quote unquote addictive, right? I still say you're wrong. I still say you're wrong. It's not because of the fact that my hands hurt to why this game is so addictive. It's the fact that I am willing to let my hands hurt from 10 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. There's something about Tony Hawk to where even if I fall down, if I fall down, I can still continue to get right back up and continue to have fun, 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 fun. Whereas if I'm playing a game like, let's say, Warzone or something like that, you're going to get tired of not getting that victory royale or whatever they call it these days. With certain other games like that, you're going to get tired of always losing. And I get the same thing in fighting games, to be honest. The same thing happens in fighting games. But that doesn't happen with Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is the only game that I've played where if I don't get the highest combo score or the highest score in general between my friends or the online lobby that I play against, it's actually better than winning because of the fact that I know that I can improve on that. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out for a second. When you lose at a battle royale, when you lose at a fighting game, or when you lose at a racing game, you sometimes have a tendency to feel that it's your fault entirely because of the fact that you just tell yourself that you suck. When you lose at a battle royale or something like that, you feel shame. Shame is knowing that you aren't able to live up to expectations to be able to do a certain thing. And granted, a lot of games do have that, but like I said before, when you lose in a battle royale, there's nothing but complete shame. There's nothing but complete shame. The feeling of shame, the feeling of a defeat. There's nothing else like that in the world. When you do that in Tony Hawk, you can fall. The game literally lets you fall thousands of times during an entire playthrough. But you can still get right back up, do a whole bunch of crazy tricks, and then your score is just right back up there with someone else's. And that is the reason, again, why I say that this game has a very good addictive personality. You can do things to constantly improve your skill set. You can constantly improve your competence at this game over and over and over and over and over again. I, for one, have absolutely no problem with that. None. And I think the reason why is because Tony Hawk was developed during a time where the quote addictive gaming wasn't necessarily a thing back then. When people made games back then, they made games that they simply loved. They had a passion project in their heart that they actually liked, and that game was loved by everyone else. Whereas now, you have to put out a game that you don't necessarily like, but you have to put out a game. You just have to put out a game. And you have to make sure that that game stands the testament of time to continuously make more money. Back then, it wasn't like that, which is the reason why I say video games these days need to be more about passion projects straight at the heart. And then you give it to the community, and that community will actually love it. There's a reason why free games come out like that. Not all the free games, but some of them. There have been a lot of games that have been coming out, and they always do a lot of overhype based on having what's that model called? The roadmap model of a game comes out and then they keep adding to the game. It's a fucking games with a service. Games with a service have this needed tendency to try to do something to always constantly bring you back. Tony Hawk does not do that. Tony Hawk does not do that at all. But I will honestly say, paying $60 for this game, worth it. Worth every bit of it. The creator class isn't the best in the world. The creative class is not the best in the world. The characters they don't look amazing. I'm gonna tell you right now, the characters don't look all that. But behind all that, this is the most addictive game in 2020. And I know you're probably still saying, well, why do you keep saying that? Okay, here's why. When it comes to video games, most games these days are designed with the implementation of trying to do something to get you enticed into playing the game every single day. They purposely implement things in their game to make you play every single day. So you may know that there are certain games that have like daily login bonuses and stuff like that. Now don't get me wrong, Tony Hawk does have challenges, but Tony Hawk does not constantly hog you in your brain saying that if I don't play this game today, I'm not going to get the reward. That's not how video games are. It should be, if I take the time to play this level and understand this game, then I will receive the reward. You know, hard work, then the reward comes, versus I sign into a game and then I get the reward. The only thing that's addictive about that type of concept is that you're doing it every single day. So I can understand why people claim that that's more of an addictive property. It is, but Tony Hawk does addiction right. Rather than being addicted to the rewards that you get, or the freaking, I don't know, the stuff, whatever happens inside the tier pass. God, I sound so fucking old right now. Rather than always getting addicted to the reward that comes at the end, games need to be designed so that you get addicted to the bare mechanics of the game itself. Like I said, Tony Hawk lets you do 5 fucking backflips in the middle of doing a crazy ass trick that no one's ever seen before, that you can't possibly do in real life. That is something that's very addictive. Instead of grinding out to get digital rewards that don't really affect the real aspect of the game, you know, like a skin or something like that. Granted, getting a certain gun in a game that you have to grind for because that game just absolutely shreds people is a thing that does change the game mechanics, and it does improve your gameplay. But regardless of which, if you suck at shooting in general, it doesn't necessarily matter. What you should be grinding for is getting better at the skill of playing the game mechanics itself, not some stupid battle pass reward. And granted, yeah, I know I'm coming off as a bit of a know-it-all, and I don't want you guys to actually seem like. Granted, you know, us nerds tend to be know-it-alls at most things in life. I want to be an expert in my knowledge base of understanding video games currently, but I don't want to go off and seem like I just know absolutely everything in terms of how a game should be developed, etc., etc. But I still stand by what I say. Tony Hawk is the most addictive game to ever be released in the year of 2020. There, I have flat out said it. I'm a guy that plays multiple games, but I'm telling you now, I have never had this addictive thought of a game in such a long time. Such a long time. If you have any opportunity in your life to actually play it, I encourage you to play it. Don't wait for it to go on sale. Don't wait for it to just be on the Xbox Game Pass or the PlayStation Now store or some crap like that. Get it absolutely right now. Try it out. And then when you think, man, this game isn't really all that good, watch someone else's combo video, and then you'll understand, okay, now I know how to actually improve my gameplay. Now I know how to actually have fun. Now I know how to chain those combos together. That is the most addictive thing about playing a video game. Getting better. That's all that I would say about that. Flat out. If you enjoy watching me ramble inside of these videos, I don't want to tell you what to do at the end of these videos, but I'm just glad that you're actually watching it and paying attention to everything that's going on in life. Seriously, I really feel like video games are the actual key to improving a little bit of certain people's lifestyles. And I truly believe that, whether you're a 5-year-old who has autism or whether you're an 80-year-old who has dementia, as I kind of have just now. Regardless of which, I truly believe that the psychological aspect of video games can help you in game and in real life. My name is Chaos44. Some people call me Chaos the Gamer. If you want to call me Darius, that's actually pretty good too, because I need to be a little bit more professional sometimes. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Peace out.
Yo, everybody come on. If you with it, come on. If you ready, come on. If you want it, come on. Bring it on, come on. Come along, come on. STYLES beyond. Yo, everybody come on. If you with it, come on. If you ready, come on. If you want it, come on. Bring it on, come on. Come along, come on. Yo, STYLES beyond.
Oh, here it come like a scene in Genesis.
Yo, it's like being in a position to get yourself lynched. Attack with the sick ass 12.